Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Romy Acosta. I am Head of Investor Relations of Jost Werke AG, and today I would like to present you our results for Q1 2021. Jost had a very strong start into the fiscal year 2021. For the first time in our history, we managed to surpass 250 million revenues in one quarter, reaching 257 million, a new record for our company. We doubled our adjusted EBIT to 30 million euros and reached an EBIT margin of 11.6%. Especially coming from the very low year 2020, which was already affected by the pandemic, we had to show now our operational flexibility, ramping up swiftly to supply the high demand for our products that we're seeing worldwide. Of course, this high demand also came with strength in the supply chain. You've probably heard about that from other companies in the industry. We've seen a very sharp increase in steel prices as well as sky-high logistics costs. But we too have been able, with our local for local approach and the fact that we have a lot of suppliers in the countries where we sell and produce, to cope with these headwinds and overall have achieved a very strong Q1 result and are able to confirm our guidance for 2021. As you see here, all the regions in which Jost is present reported strong growth in the first quarter of the year. In Europe, we managed to add 32 million euros to the numbers that we posted in Q1 of last year, a growth of 27% compared to Q1 2020. In North America, we added 10 million revenue on top of what we had achieved last year, and a growth translating into a growth of 23% compared to last year. And the strongest development came from the Asia-Pacific Africa region, where we almost doubled our revenues by 94%, reaching a total of 47 million euros. That means adding 23 million euros to last year. This, of course, also came due to the fact that last year, if you remember, in Q1, the pandemic outbreak started in Wuhan, China, which is where Jost production plant in China is located. So we were particularly hard hit last year. And after Q2, however, the APA region started to recover, and this growth has continued with every new quarter reporting record sales for Jost in this region. Overall, we managed as a group to achieve a growth of 34% revenues, reaching 257 million euros in the first quarter of the year. This tremendous growth in revenue, of course, translated also in a very strong growth in adjusted EBIT. The fixed cost regression was very favorable for Jost, given the very strong capacity utilization in all our production plants worldwide. We came from 15 million euros adjusted EBIT in Q1 2020, managed to double that result, reaching 30 million euros in the first quarter of this year, and an adjusted EBIT margin of 11.6% compared to 7.7% last year. A tremendous achievement of which we are very proud, and that represents an idea of how we see the potential for Jost in this year, where growth is expected to happen in all regions. Here you also see the margins that we achieve in Europe, North America, and Asia-Pacific Africa specifically, where the growth in China, but also in India, Australia, and South Africa, meant that we came from almost barely breaking even last year, our 1.1% adjusted margin given the pandemic, to again reaching 17.5% adjusted EBIT margin this year. And this is only the first quarter, but if you see what industry analysts expect for the industry this year, you'll notice that in all regions, bearing APA, and I will go into that in a minute, all these cycles in truck, trailers, and tractors, as agricultural tractors, are poised for growth in 2021, which is actually a great start for the year and will continue, we expect, to go on into next year. I don't think I have to go over the numbers. You see them here. I would like to go into the Asia Pacific Africa region and why some analysts are expecting actually a decline in the market. This decline is expected to happen specifically only in China and after the second half of the year. Right now, we are not yet seeing any signs of it, but China, as I mentioned before, has been growing tremendously since the second quarter of 2020, which is why most market analysts expect that in the second half of the year, we'll see a decline again in the market, also triggered by the fact that a new emission regulation will come in place for the truck market in China in the second half of the year. And right now, it's the speculation that we're seeing some pre-buy effects that will, of course, phase out when the emission regulation comes in place. But overall, the other countries in the region, India, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, they are all expected to grow overall for the whole year. And just to give you an idea, those markets make 60% of Jost revenues in the region. So even though the Chinese market dominates the overall APA development, we as Jost see a lot of potential for the APA region in total. And if we want to summarize, the first quarter was very strong, very successful, with all business and regions contributing to growth. We showed again our high operational flexibility, not only in the downturn like last year where we had to cut capacities and costs, but now ramping up very quickly despite all the headwinds we saw in transportation, logistics, and steel price increases. We were able to supply to all our customers, and we're able also to take some opportunities that came into the market because other competitors had more difficulties supplying. Overall, we managed to post a great boost in profitability in all regions, specifically in Asia Pacific, Africa, and had a very favorable product mix as well. We took important steps towards innovation in transportation and also in the agricultural business, and are starting to develop our plans to get the agricultural business into Asia Pacific and also Latin America. Overall, we see ourselves very well positioned for a very promising year and are confident that we'll reach all our financial targets for 2021. Thank you for your attention, and if you want to learn more about Jost, I invite you to go to our webpage, www.jost-world.com, or call Investor Relations. Thank you.
Hi there, since you watched this company video until the end, I'm guessing you liked the video, and that's probably because we work very hard to create the most engaging and added value content for you. If you're a company and want to find out how we, at Seat 11A, can make a company video with and about you, please email us at content@seat11a.com.